Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. A generation is 20 years. And aren't we lucky to have Diablo Ballet in our community for 20 years? My name is Lee Foster. I am the executive director of Diablo Ballet, and on behalf of myself and Lauren Jonas, artistic director, we want to welcome you here, and it is my great privilege to get to tell you about our sponsors this evening. We are so lucky to have been supported throughout this community for many, many years by the City of Walnut Creek, the Civic Arts Education, the Dean and Margaret Lesher Foundation, the East Bay Community Foundation, Fremont Bank Foundation, the Walnut Creek Magazine, and last but not least, US Bank. Thank you. Now, we are very lucky to have two young ladies here this evening representing Assemblyperson Joan Buchanan and Assemblyperson Susan Bonilla. Can we please welcome to the stage Elizabeth Ramos and Christy Stankler.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the California State Assembly, we are happy to present Diablo Ballet with a resolution celebrating their 20 years in this wonderful community. Thank you for all the work you do, both in the arts and our schools.
Thank you so much, Christy and Elizabeth. And now, a person that doesn't need any announcement, former mayor and now city councilperson Cindy Silva.
Good evening. On behalf of the City of Walnut Creek, I am delighted and honored to be able to be here this evening to welcome all of you to tonight's 20th anniversary celebration of the Diablo Ballet. 2014 is a momentous year for Walnut Creek as it is our centennial, and we're celebrating in a big way, not the least of which is tonight. Over the past 100 years, a lot has transpired to make Walnut Creek one of the places so many of us love. We've created great parks and we've preserved our open space areas. We've built a great civic arts education program, excellent schools, and a wonderful downtown. But you know, one of our crowning achievements was the opening of this Lesher Center for the Arts in October 1990. And for me, I think the lights in this theater began to sparkle a bit brighter about 4 years later on March 10th, 1994, at the inaugural performance of the Diablo Ballet. Since its... Since that first night 20 years ago, the Diablo Ballet's contemporary and classical performances have inspired us, enriched us, enlightened us, and educated us. And they've gone outside the theater and outside the studio and brought the power of dance to more than 65,000 local school children through their peak outreach program. That has truly demonstrated that this company knows the power of dance, the power of the arts, and the power of community. We are truly very fortunate in Walnut Creek because the Diablo Ballet is a vibrant thread in the fabric of our community. So on behalf of the entire community, I want to congratulate the Diablo Ballet on your first 20 years and wish you best and give you best wishes for many, many years to come. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce one of the original Diablo Ballet dancers, an alumnus, Karen Portner Lapointe.
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. So as I was driving over here today, I remembered that when I first joined the company in 1995, within a few weeks, I had a bad injury. And a few months after that, as I was rehabbing from the injury, they had their first major gala benefit auction in Walnut Creek, and somehow I landed the job of auctioneer. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, now I'm speaking again, and I spoke 20 years ago as the auctioneer. And that tells me that, wow, you know, after 20 years, I'm still friends with Lauren Jonas and Ashraf Habibullah, the founders of Diablo Ballet, and I have so many friends that I've kept in touch with and supported the company as I retired and moved on to my next career. And it's just been a very, very happy company for us all to perform in. And so on behalf of the dancers, I'm here to let you know what a blessing and treat it's been for all of us to experience our time with Lauren and the whole organization that has supported her over the years. We came into work every single day and we laughed and we worked hard, but we laughed, and tonight as we were gathering together before this evening, we found ourselves laughing again. And it's like, wow, this is so great, you know, that what job do you get to laugh at every single day and still work really, really hard? So I'm just so grateful to Lauren, and she's a dear friend of mine and will always be a dear friend of mine. And I want to say that what you're seeing tonight is a beautiful group of dancers. And it's the community that allows these dancers to continue to perform and continue Diablo Ballet's history for another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's the community. We have to have community involvement, support in order for this to continue. So give her lots of hugs and kisses tonight, and then keep coming back for more shows, okay? So now, having said that, I would like to introduce to you Lauren Jonas and Ashraf Habibullah, the two founders of Diablo Ballet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here this evening. It's just amazing. There's just so many emotions, and I just have dreamt of this moment for 20 years, and it's here. So I really appreciate you all being here and sharing with me and Ash this special occasion. But moreover, this evening is about a celebration. It's about honoring the past and looking forward to the future. And that's what I had in mind in building this program. There's so many people I want to thank, and I know I won't be able to do that all right now. I will thank you separately and individually, but I would like to thank a few people. I'd like to really thank Hiromi and Walter Yamazaki for this incredible film that you're going to see this evening that is interwoven into the performance. They made this with absolute love and passion, and I couldn't ask for more. And everyone who is involved in the film. And an organization takes a really great leader, and we've been very fortunate not only to have an incredible board of directors, but an amazingly passionate leader in Jack Hatton, who has just led us through this moment, and I just wanted to really thank Jack so much. And lastly, Ash, I want to thank you so much because you took a young girl, you took a chance, and you taught me so much. And I am here today because of everything I learned and all your love and support, and I couldn't have done that without you. So thank you so much.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Well, you see, in the 20 years, she learned a lot of stuff, but she still didn't learn that it's dangerous to hand me a microphone. And yes, you know, we did start Diablo Ballet. But you know, as they say, that whenever you go to start anything that's going to end up being wonderful, it takes a certain level of stupidity to do that. But to sustain something for 20 years, now that takes genius. And that genius is embodied in the leadership, the passion, and the drive of this one individual. And of course, all of you that supported it, whether it was the audience, the subscribers, the donors, the dancers, the staff, the wonderful board. I think all of them deserve one incredible hand. And all of you, thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor to be associated with Diablo Ballet for the past 20 years, and here's to another 20.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the performance.
tournament season this weekend, and I'll be there moderating good mornings.
Giving them an appreciation and understanding of artistry they'll have forever. In Walnut Creek, Power of Dance in the Lesher Center.
Coming up, we have the first chance for people to watch Diablo Ballet with their eyes open. Why don't you tell us what's happening on March 10th? And this is your debut. This is the first opening.
It's the first public appearance of Diablo Ballet. Welcome to the first public performance of Diablo Ballet. I'm really glad that you guys could be here tonight.
How lucky you are that your home dance company is a world-class dance company, known all around the world with individual performers. Each and every one of them could headline in almost any major city. Please let us welcome them with earnest, warm, welcoming applause. Your Diablo Ballet.
I joined the company in 1995, and I remembered even before that, when I was watching the company, I saw a group of dancers that were very unique, that they were able to have different personalities on stage and different abilities, and it gave choreographers an opportunity to leverage on these personalities as well as technical abilities.
Looking back now, 20 years has been an incredible journey for me, and nothing has changed as far as my vision of the company and to get the best dancers and the best people. And it has always been my wish when people leave the theater to feel uplifted or to feel something very inspiring about their life, perhaps, and to feel better because they came to see a Diablo Ballet performance.
One thing Diablo Ballet is, it's a group of talented and passionate artists who need to tell their stories. And it's such a privilege to watch because you know you are getting real depth and real joy and real life. And it just, it enhances one's life experience to see shows like this. We need them. We need them to live fully. And I just wish her another 20 years. There was a lot of energy around Diablo Ballet. There was a lot of new choreographers starting up there, finding their legs as choreographers. And for me, I was letting go of my dance career as a performer, and I just stepped into this exciting, hungry animal about making work. And I felt that one of the things I loved about Diablo Ballet is that the dancers were really up for everything. They had gathered dancers from all over the country and the world who had danced in much bigger companies, and you know, this was sort of like this really nice little sampling of really highly talented professional dancers.
And yet Lauren does that. She brings in, she finds new talent, or talent finds her, and we just continue to do that for 20 years. And the cumulative effect of that is that we have an incredible repertoire of pieces. We have an audience that is in love with 20 years of dancers, and you know, I think as much of anything, it's the 20 years is represented by the people that love the ballet. And so it's 20 years of deep connection and love with people that come and watch the ballet every year.
I mean, we know as dancers that, you know, you need a little talent, health, and enormous perseverance. And I think that's true with an artistic director as well. You need the vision, you need the people to help you see that vision and to achieve that vision. But without that driving force, and usually it's a person, it doesn't happen.
Diablo Ballet is about home to me, and it was home to me for 7 years when I was a dancer, and I left my profession feeling fulfilled, and that was and knowing that I've done what I needed to do in my dance career.
Diablo Ballet has always sought not to do the work that every other regional ballet company is doing, but has its own balletic artistic vision. And I've always, I think this is takes courage and makes it special and unique.
You know what they say, that it takes a certain level of stupidity to start anything new, because if you think about it too much, then you don't start it. But to continue it and to make it successful over a long period of time, in this particular case 20 years, that takes genius.
Last year we did the world premiere of a web ballet, and I mean, that was really outside the box for a ballet company to do it. We started twittering a couple years before that, and those kind of things just help us to stay ahead of the curve, which is so important in arts today. When a company does a piece of work that is groundbreaking, it creates waves and those travel far. And I think that's one of the things that Diablo Ballet has been able to accomplish. And as a regional company, that's pretty amazing.
It's hard to imagine it's already been 20 years, and a 20th anniversary certainly is a really significant milestone in an organization's history. And I feel like it really speaks to all the great work you've been doing and the uniqueness of the product of Diablo Ballet in a community that's already very rich in dance. It is a gem because not only the artistic vision, but the artists that are part of that vision are artists who have experienced the dance through their spirits, not just through their physical instrument of the body, but through a deeper sensibility.
These are mature dancers that work really well together, and that reads from the house. There's a rapport between the dancers. They are artistically mature. They're physically incredibly talented. I think that's really the piece that sets them apart from everyone else. behind the scenes, the way that Lauren has, and the Diablo Ballet dancers have captured the imaginations of children who may never have been exposed to dance and ballet in this way, if at all, is immeasurable. The importance of that is immeasurable. I think that I'm sure that she has changed some lives.
Here we are at our first visit at Learning Without Limits in West Oakland. This is our very first Adopt-A-Class in Oakland, and we're so excited. We've been wanting an Adopt-A-Class in Oakland for at least 15 years, so let's go inside and see how it goes.
And watching the kids come into this theater and just, I mean, the lights go out and the curtains go up and they're oohing and ahhing, and then they come up and lights go on and they clap. They get a chance to ask the dancers questions, and there's just thousands or hundreds of hands popping up asking questions just straight from the heart. Just absolutely unbridled curiosity.
You know, I was able to perform for the kids in the student outreach programs at the Dean Lesher Theater, and being able to choreograph on the spot for the kids and to make them laugh and to make them really enjoy dance, you know, through those outreach programs was truly amazing. Those were one of my favorite times.
But then throughout the year, you see people like really starting to open up and really be like wanting to explore, and the creativity and stuff that you see come out of these kids is pretty awesome.
It is your artistic side that allows you to take what you learn in a classroom and put your own color to it. Your artistic side helps you do that, and it makes you different from the crowd. You learn the same thing, you use your artistic talents to make it different, and when you're different, you're interesting. And I just think it's very, very important for people, for especially young children, to be exposed to art for that very reason. And I think from that standpoint, Diablo Ballet does an incredible service to not just the community, to humanity in general.
We see these young children now, 20 years later even, we've run into them, now they're young adults, and how they've really become true participants in this community because of the work that we were able to instill in them.
I'm sure that there are children who were suddenly awake when they got to experience Diablo Ballet coming into their little school. Whether those children may start taking dance because of that, or whether they just realize there's something that just brought them such joy to watch, and whether that means that they'll be our future audiences who can really appreciate it and never would have known about it. And I think it's even given an actual voice to some of the kids that she's worked with. So that outreach is priceless. And boy, she should be so proud.
in the last 20 years, as I look back and reflect, what I've learned and the knowledge that I have is just truly astounding. Coming from a young dancer who didn't really know much about running a business to now being more of a businesswoman and a woman in general running a dance company, which is quite rare. And the heartache of getting here, the hard work and the perseverance that it's taken, it's all been worth it, incredibly worth it.
It's meant a lot, I think, to all the people who've been involved in it. Though even those who've left, I think they always look back on that as a very special time. And it was a very special time. When you have just a few people doing something big, everybody's important.
And I think that's just because her passion for dance and her passion for outreach and dedication and commitment to each and every one of us that's ever worked for her is so beautiful.
I'm so proud of what the company's accomplished over 20 years, and I know in no small part that's due to Lauren and her vision as a director, and she's a hard-working, focused woman, and I know she's had a vision for the company to keep moving forward and keep fostering new talent and new material.
And I think that's important because I feel like right now what we're doing in America is preparing our next generation of dance makers to be creative and unusual and unique. And the only way you can do that is give them opportunity to make work.
So it's a great achievement to have survived this long and to have done it so well, and to continue to be creating new works and bringing new artists to the public, and for the public to have an opportunity to really feel like Diablo Ballet dancers belong to them, in a sense.
Lauren has established something that could go on because it is so in the moment. It is so alive and pertinent and necessary. And so that she's done it for 20 years is a tribute to her, and it's amazing, and we're so thankful. But I know that there's a lot still for Diablo to give, and we want to be there.
So I would say bravo, 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 and don't forget to breathe out, Lauren, and keep going, keep going.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for sharing your love of Diablo Ballet. We're going to have the dancers come out in the audience for just a little bit before they get going to the gala. For those of you who are joining us, I'm looking forward to seeing every one of you there. For those of you who are not, there are envelopes in the program, and if you want to give to our 20th as a celebratory, fun way to just say thank you, we would love it. And otherwise, thank you so, so much. Maestro!